Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 3 on your Triple Threat Friday. This time on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below. You know where it is. I don't have to tell you. What's down there in the description box below on this very channel and my other channels, which are down there, you know where. So, subscribe to them today, hit that like button, show your support and your love, and if you want, leave a comment. You don't have to, but if you want to, do it. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, if you're real. If you're not, you need a life, and you need to grow up. But don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that motherfucking bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss another video. And if you do, you missed it. That's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and don't forget to hit that bell. Because it's there for a reason, I guess. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's late. I've been kind of in and out of sleep. I'm up again. So, I want to do this video before I fall back asleep. So, this is video number 3 right here on the Killer of Demons channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph. I'm a content creator. Talk about wrestling and anything I feel like talking about on my respective channels. And if you like it, and this is your first time, if you like it, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Welcome to the party, pal. And I hope you enjoy the ride. And that's pretty much it. Alright, check out my last 2 videos over on my Peter Joseph channel. I did my NXT review and talked about Cash Wheeler getting arrested today and then arraigned today, and he's out now on bond. He's a free man, but he had to give up his weapons in that road rage incident that happened back a few weeks ago, July 28th, 29th. So, they did the arraignment today, and he's out on, I believe, $2,500 bail. So, you know, Cash got off easy. He could have gone to jail for 3 years. But, you know, thankfully the judge was, you know, lenient and everything. He didn't know the people that, you know, he brandished a fucking gun with, you know. Shouldn't have even had the gun with him, but, you know, maybe for protection, I understand that, but, you know, can't do something like this when a major pay-per-view is happening next weekend. And thankfully, they didn't take his passport. He can go to London and wrestle with his partner, Dax Hardwood, defending the AEW tag team belts against the Bucks. So that match is still going to happen regardless, but AEW is kind of monitoring the situation, so we'll see what happens with that. There was talk that the match may be moved to All Out 4, which is the week after, September the 3rd, in Chicago. That remains to be seen. But tomorrow night on Live Dynamite, we're going to hear from FTR. So I wonder if Mr. Cash Wheeler will say anything about that. I doubt it, but you never know. And then again, maybe the Bucks will show up and say, "Hey, you got arrested. You can't keep your eyes off the wheel." You know, it's like, you like to shoot, brother. You know. So maybe the Bucks mention this thing. Who knows? But maybe they're doing Art Anderson. It's like, "Hey guys, I'll pull out my Glock." You know. You never know. You never know what can happen on AEW television or in wrestling these days, because they can bring up so much shit. I mean, when Cena was in the ring with the Usos, and then the Usos got arrested for their shit a few years ago, and then Cena did a rap on them. It's like, you look like your mugshots. when Jimmy and Jay, I think both of them got arrested for drunk driving or some incident they got involved in, and then Cena kind of brought it up, and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" That wasn't part of the script. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with FTR. We're gonna hear from them, so we'll see. And that's pretty much it for that. Should be a good collision. Darby Allin, how you doing? I'm from Seattle. Take it on Christian! And if, he gets done with Christian, then he goes to, All In 2 to team up with the man called Sting in a double coffin match against Swerve Strickland and his good buddy AR Fox. See what happens with that. Then, possibly at All Out 4, he will be going after the TNT title against Luchasaurus. We'll see if he can win back the belt for the third time. And we'll see what happens with that. And much more on Collision tomorrow night on TNT. And then the week after is taped because they'll be in London. So I can only imagine what the ratings will be next week. Next 2 weekends, really. Because next weekend, they'll be in London, so they'll be taped. The week after, it's in Chicago. They'll be, I think it's live. Live Collision on September the 2nd, but that's going against freaking Payback. Ugh. What happens when you have a goddamn show on Saturdays competing with baseball and everything else. And now, WWE pay-per-views. Damn you, Tony Khan. Damn it. Well, what are you going to do? Where are you going to put it? I would have put it on Thursday. Thursday night at 8 o'clock going against Impact. Well, then again, you got Ring of Honor on Thursday, so I don't know how that would have worked. Unless you put Ring of Honor at 10 o'clock on Honor Club and, basically on Honor Club. Speaking of that, I will do my review for that show. I'll try to do it tomorrow before I gotta do my errands tomorrow because I'm usually busy on the weekend. I'm off, but, I'm busy hanging out with real friends. So, this week, next couple of weekends I'm going to be pretty busy, with Labor Day weekend, going around, with Payback next, on September the 2nd, then, All Out 4, September the 3rd, then Labor Day. I probably will be, hanging out with the folks for Labor Day barbecue maybe, and then watching some Monday night. And then after that, my schedule should probably be changing because I'm actually going to be moving from working from home to working in an studio basically. So I'll be doing that a couple weeks, about 2.5 weeks. I'll be the schedule may change, Still, I mean, the new position I'm getting, I got a little promotion, so I'm now working in the studio. So, it is what it is, but fortunately, it's not, going to be long. No, maybe some long hours here and there, but so the reviews in September may come every other day. Who knows at this point, but I'm not leaving again, but, I may take a couple days off, so the reviews will be coming a little bit later, but I'll try to get as much as I can up as we go into the fall and the winter and the rest of 2023 into 2024. So, there you go. So, I'll let you guys know when, probably around Labor Day weekend, what's going on, and we'll see what happens with that, but it is what it is. But anyway, I hope everybody had a great Friday. I had an amazing Friday. I got my new phone in. I haven't hooked it up yet. But I will be hooking it up probably by Monday afternoon. So probably Monday night for my Monday Night Raw review will be on the brand new 2023 Samsung. Holy shit. I got the brand new Samsung Ultra 23. Ooh, it cost me an arm and a leg to get, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? But pay for it with my own goddamn money. Pays to sell your old phones and you get, trade in and you get the phone. But kept my monthly plan, which is great. My phone carrier loves to jack me sometimes, but I say, you can't jack your tribal god. Come on. So I said, you're gonna jack me? Fuck you! I'm gonna give you a Gilmore card. You jack me, fucker. So, but I got it, and I kept my monthly payment plan. I'm good to go. So this current phone I'm on right now, I'll be keeping it for the weekend, and then I will be on the new phone starting next week. But this phone I will probably be getting. I may keep it. I might get rid of it. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with all that. And also got humongous news. In October, big fucking metal show coming up in New York City. I can't wait for it. Big fucking tribute show. And I'm gonna be on stage, motherfuckers! Damn, it pays to be good, and it pays to be in the music industry. It just does, man. I get so much perks. It's just, I love it. I love being me, and I'm blessed. And I'm not joking. I'm gonna be on stage for a big tribute show with tribute bands from Metallica and Black Label Society and much more. Can't wait. I can't fucking wait. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. I'm leaving it at that. But late October is gonna be fucking epic. That night is gonna be life-changing. And you thought 2 million hits was good? Well, I'm not gonna get 2 million hits. But I'll be doing some, photography. I will put some stuff up on my Metal Guide channel. So, good shit is coming your way. Come late October. Around Halloween, so get that. Probably late October, maybe around Halloween time, but we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, enough about that. Bull funky! Let's get to the meat and potatoes, because I'm tired as fuck. Anyway, alright, on video number 3 on this late Friday night, August the 18th, 2023. Or if you're watching tomorrow, or you're watching from another time zone, it's August the 19th, 2023. It is time for your getting very late night Smackdown review for August the 18th, 2023 on Fox. Alright, we're a couple weeks away from Payback. Still have no matches announced as of yet. I think, with some storyline progression tonight, I think some of the matches we will probably see at Payback, like maybe Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. Roman won't be on the show because he's taking time off. Maybe something with the WWE Women's Championship that my third wife Io has. We'll get to that in a little bit. And some other stuff that may or may not happen at Payback. But tonight was I thought it was a pretty decent show. Edge's 25th anniversary against, his supposed final match, and he faces Sheamus Fella in his hometown in front of all his fans, his family, with Beth fucking Phoenix and his kids and all that shit. So kind of an emotional night for Mr. Adam Copeland, and we'll see what happens with that. And we get that. Alright, so we are from the Scotiabank Arena in, well, not a great part of Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And our commentary team, as always on Friday night, Mitchell Cole, Corey Slaves and that schmuck Kevin Patrick. Me love. Kevin Patrick, me love. I'm a schmuck. You need to get out of WWE because you suck. Anyway, we got that. Alright, so this is the week after Jey Uso quit WWE. We're gonna talk about that. There's a big video package about what happened last week, and then we hear from the wise man. My name is Paul Heyman. Interesting little segment there. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But right now, let's get to the show, and we run down some of the matches to start. The matches for tonight's card. Mainly, they talk about Edge, and they talk about Edge and Sheamus, and Edge's 25th year anniversary, stuff like that. But we started off the show with, "Oh, I did it, Grayson Waller. Oh, I did it for Bob Saget." So Grayson Waller comes out to do the Grayson Waller effect, and his guest on his show this time is the new United States champion, that is Rey Mysterio, booyaka booyaka, and his good buddy in the LWO, Santos Escobar. Alright, Santos comes out, his leg is all, still fucked up from last week's attack by Austin Theory. He's kind of limping. I think he had a cane with him. He has like a metal apparatus around his leg, so he's gonna be out for, I don't know how long he's gonna be out, but maybe a couple months at least. But we got that. So they get in the ring, and after a long as fuck recap, we see a video of Escobar getting hurt last week, and then Rey stepping in and beating Austin Theory to become a three-time United States champion. So Grayson asks Rey, "What's it like to be champion for the third time?" So Escobar can't imagine how he feels, but Waller, asks what it's like to see Rey steal his title shot. And so Santos says that they are the champion because the title belongs to the LWO. And then Grayson goes on a rant about Rey stole everything from Santos. Santos and cuts him off, says that the only person he is angry at is Austin Theory. So Grayson kind of playing, tension between Rey and Santos, which may come into play in the future, because I do see Santos possibly turning on Rey and beating him to become the new United States champion. Probably not now, probably when he's better, maybe in a couple months, but we'll see what happens with that. So Santos like, "I want to get my hands on Austin Theory," who on cue, he comes out and starts ranting about how everything was so unfair last week, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So then Adam Pearce comes out, and then the crowd goes big, humongous pop as our good friend, yours and mine, the leader of the Dummies, movement, and that's Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That is a fact of life. Yeah! So he comes out and cuts a promo saying, "I heard Austin call himself the greatest United States champion ever," which he finds interesting because Theory only defended the belt once every 3 months. You think? He's not Roman, he can defend it when he feels like it because he's Roman. But anyway. He says, "Rey, with all due respect, it doesn't matter who the champion is, because the title is coming home to Eli Drake. Yeah." So Eli's like, "Well, Austin, you're just a fight. I'm just a fight. How about we have a match? But not just any match. We're going to have a United States title #1 contenders match. And the winner will face Rey Mysterio at a later date." So the fans like, yeah. So Adam Pearce's like, you got something there, Eli. You know what? I'm going to make the match. So that match is official. So we're going to get that right after the break. So we get all that. So I'm happy about that. And I'm not happy with the result of this match, but we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so I give the first segment 3.25 out of 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. So we move on. And that's it. Alright, we move on. Alright, so we get to match number 1, Austin Theory versus Eli Drake. To see who faces Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship at a later date. Most likely Payback. So we got that. But before we get the match started, we have The Miz. He comes out, joins commentary. So then we start the match. Theory starts fast and furious, knocks Eli to the outside. Miz goes on a rant about how Eli being the flavor of the month until he beats someone, saying he's a Fandango without tap shoes and a Eugene without crayons. That's a weird comparison. Eugene, who's your favorite wrestler? Triple H! Good old Nick Dinsmore, a.k.a. Eugene, back in the Ruthless Aggression era. And part of the PG era. And then, gone. We don't even know what he's doing anymore. Who could care less? Eric Bischoff's son, if you will. Remember that stupid storyline? Anyway, we move on. But weird comparison there, Mike. Mizanin. We can move on from that. Alright, then a fight on the floor. Theory gets sent into Miz for a big crash, and then we go to break. We come back. Eli fights out of a basic 1905 chinlock. Counters the rolling drop kick into a belly-to-back suplex. So he's gaining some momentum. Hits the jumping neck breaker. Then he sets up a running knee in the corner. Ow. Then he hits a big-time power slam, planting Austin. But then Miz gets up because of the distraction. Not that it really did anything, because Eli hits a DDT. Then he goes outside to chase the Miz. And they kind of knocked him down, beat him up. And then he goes inside. Then Miz gets a clothesline, taking him back outside. But then Eli turned his back, which allowed Theory to roll up Eli with a handful of tights. 1, 2, 3. Damn it! So, Austin Theory is your winner, and he will get his rematch with Rey Mysterio for the United States title. And we'll see when that happens. But we will move on with that. So, max time, 10-10 wins news. No. Max time over 10 minutes. Didn't like it. I wanted Eli to win so bad. But I think WWE is teasing us. I think they're testing us, really. Because we're going to get pissed. Like, when is Eli going to get his moment in the sun and get a title? I'll tell you guys right now. It probably will be at the Royal Rumble. If he wins the Royal Rumble, he will go on to WrestleMania 40 in that shithole in Philly. And face whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion. And most likely will win the belt. Get his big, humongous moment in Philly. The crowd at that shithole stadium where the Dirty Birds, the Eagles play, Lincoln Financial Field. Ugh. They're going to go humongously crazy, 91,000 strong for, depending on what night it is. I mean, they sold over 91,000 for both nights. So, 45,000 for night 1 and 2. So, a total of 91,000. That's pretty damn good. For a gate, for a one-day sale. One-day sale, they sold 91,000 tickets. So, I don't know how many people are going to be at Lincoln Financial Field in April 6th and 7th. God forbid it snows, it's April, so it's like the first couple weeks of spring, so it's probably going to be bone-chilling cold that night. in Philly. I can only imagine it's like 30 degrees where I'm cold. Especially if you're in the press box like Issa will be. Oy. That's why I hate with a passion WrestleMania's outdoors. Especially in the Northeast. In April. I mean, God forbid it rains one or both nights, then they have to postpone it, which never happened in WrestleMania history. Or God forbid, they're talking about a really fucked up winter. So, I mean, it could be April the 6th, and maybe they get a snowstorm in freaking Philadelphia. That'll be something, wrestling in the snow. Let's throw some snowballs. All the freaking fans are getting pissed off at a match. Oh, let's throw some snowballs at the ring. It could happen. Could happen, you never know. But I really think that WrestleMania should not be in the Northeast. I don't care if it's in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. I don't care. Or is it, God forbid, Citi Field in, or Yankee Stadium. That dump. But I would ever doubt that. But, because baseball season starts, so I doubt they'll have a WrestleMania in Citi Field or at Yankee Stadium. Because it's in April. Unless the Mets and Yankees are away, maybe you could do that, but we'll see. But I'd rather have WrestleMania in a warm fucking state. Like Tennessee. Yep! Which I think WrestleMania 42, I think it's 42 or 43 is going to be in at the new Tennessee Titans Stadium. But that's in April, so it's going to be a little bit warmer down there in Tennessee. Yep! So right now we don't know where 41 might be, but it may be in Minnesota. That's not a great time, especially in April. But it's in a dome. It's in where the Vikings play. So, I mean, you don't have to run the risk of, snow or anything like that. But, I mean, it'll probably be snowing outside. And, like, minus 20 going to WrestleMania. Jesus Christ. I mean, I would say do it in Chicago, but where are you going to do it in Chicago? Unless you put it at, the United Center with less people. Because you can't do it in Wrigley Field. Or at the... maybe you can put it at the new Bears Stadium, the new Soldier Field. You could do that, but like I said, Chicago in April, you never know what the temperature could be, or the weather may be. Who knows? But I'd rather have WrestleMania be on the West Coast, like California, Arizona, New Mexico, Vegas. They should do it in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. I would do that at WrestleMania 41 or maybe between 42 and 44. And then you can maybe go back to Florida, you can go back to Texas, like San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, But don't put it in the Northeast or around the Chicago area, Minnesota. Seattle, maybe. I think Seattle would be a good, put it back in where the Mariners play. What happened at, what WrestleMania was that? I think it was, oh, damn it. I forgot what WrestleMania was. I think it was like in the late teens. It was 18 or 19. I forget actually which one. I know it was, but put it in Seattle at, where the Seattle Mariners play, or you can make it a little bit bigger and put it where the Seahawks play in their stadium, because it has a dome. I think, and the Mariners has a dome, so you can do it in Seattle in April. I know it's gonna rain, but at least you won't get rained on in Seattle with a dome. LA, you can do it back in SoFi Stadium because it's a dome. put it, depending on where in California. Mainly, I would, most likely in LA, you know, it's SoFi Stadium, because it's huge. Can't put in, you can't, maybe you put it at Levi Stadium again, and like WrestleMania 31. You could do that. Oakland, maybe Oakland. Maybe Oakland. I don't know about that, but maybe San Jose. You know, in the California area, any city basically. You can maybe do that. Like I said, Arizona. You can put it where the Cardinals play, like they did at WrestleMania 26 in Chase Field. You can do that, or where the Cardinals play. Because that WrestleMania 26 was where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. So you could do that. But anywhere in the West or the Southeast like Florida, maybe in Atlanta at the Georgia Dome, or you know, you could do that. Go back to New Orleans at the Superdome. Well, not called the Superdome anymore, but you know what I'm talking about. You can do that, but not in the Northeast, like New York, Philly, Baltimore. No offense to Baltimore, but you know, not in a place where it could rain, possibly snow, like New York, Philly in April. You never know. You can get snowstorms in April, so. But it is what it is with that. So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that when we get to WrestleMania. And like I said, Eli might win the Rumble, go to WrestleMania 40, and maybe, just maybe, win the world title. But we'll see. But sucks that he lost tonight to fucking Austin Theory, thanks to the fucking Miz. Pissed me off. But the match itself was decent. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Speaking of L.A., my thoughts and prayers go out to the people of L.A. because they're about to get hit with a Cat 4 storm. Another hurricane. I don't know the name of it. I think it's Fiona, I forget what the name is. But, yeah. So, batten down the hatches because there's a hurricane that's around the Baja, California area. And I think it's supposed to curve back around the San Diego, Los Angeles area by Sunday. And I know a lot of people in LA, batten down the hatches, you better move north to San Fran. Or at least Northern California. Because that Cat 4 hurricane is bearing down on Baja, California right now. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Baja, California, and a little bit in Mexico too. So, but at least it's not here. For now. They were talking about 4 storms, and one of them is going to actually maybe become a hurricane. There's one around Jamaica, and it's going to go into the Gulf of Mexico, and may hit Louisiana, maybe Texas, but it's like really limited development. There's another one there's a couple in the Caribbean. You know, we don't know what's going to happen with those yet, and what the track may be, if they even become storms. But you know, we're getting close to the peak of hurricane season. So, and the water temperature are getting hot, so that really develops these hurricanes. You know, and they already said like 14 to 19 or 20 storms, and we only had 3 or 4 so far this year in the Atlantic. So, I mean, it runs through. September is going to be a bad month because hurricanes can just pop up everywhere. And then October starts going down, and then basically by November we're done with hurricane season. So, a couple more months, hopefully nothing really bad happens, like we get a Cat 4, possibly a Cat 5, and it hits islands like Puerto Rico. I would hate to have that. We already had that, they had that with Hurricane Maria. Issa had to deal with that with her family and everything. Oh, I don't need, to hear something like a major hurricane's going to hit Puerto Rico and really knock them out. I don't want to hear that and I have to worry about Issa and her family. Don't want to hear that. But, and then hopefully, you know, God forbid a storm comes up the coast of the Atlantic coast, and then, you know, New York is like either in a direct hit, hopefully not, or maybe we just get really high winds and a lot of rain, like, you know, not like Superstorm Sandy back in 2011. Ugh. Don't even start with me with that. That was just a freak storm that just popped up and then really walloped the fucking Northeast, especially in New York City, in my area. And all I lost was a freaking refrigerator when that storm happened. But 2 weeks of just crazy weather. We had the storm, knocked out power for almost 3 weeks. Then it snowed, like early November 2011. It snowed. We got like 6 inches of snow. Combine that with, you know, the rain we got, and no power. Basically, some areas no power. But, you know, maybe I think a week after that, finally we got power. But, you know, a lot of homes around my area were gone, damaged, and it took a long time for some of those houses to get rebuilt. You know, Casa del Gilmore was, you know, could have been underwater. But thankfully not. Thankfully not. You know, and me and Rosa lived to tell about it. Because, you know, God forbid something would happen. Jesus Christ. Thank the Lord. But it is what it is. Alright, enough about that. Alright, we move on. Alright, so Eli Drake loses to Austin Theory. So Austin Theory will now get his rematch against Rey Mysterio for the United States title. And we'll see when that does happen. I would not be surprised if it happens at Payback. Well, we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright. Alright, after that, we get some videos about Edge and his 25-year history. So we see some people praising Edge like John Cena, Sheamus fella, Natalya, The Miz, Horseface Charlotte Flair, and Sami Zayn all saying thank you to Hey Kids, it's Edge. So we get that. Then after that, very nice, very nice video, one of the videos, about Edge's career, including a clip of him as a teenager on a Canadian, I believe it was a Canadian talk show, when he was really young Edge, before he became a wrestler in WWE, asking Bret Hart for advice. He's like, never say never, and then next thing we know, Edge, like 1998-99, Edge debuts at MSG. You think you know me, you know? So, covered a lot. Features talking heads praising Edge, like everybody's praising Edge, you know, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, lot of people, so, very good tribute to Edge. I love these tribute videos, and he's like, you know, not in memoriam, but, you know, when somebody's like retiring, or, you know, they're talking about his like 20-year career, like Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, you know, guys like that. They put out these great video packages. Love it. You know, I just wish the music would be better. I mean, for Undertaker's what, you know, was Metallica. I mean, come on. But it is what it is. And, you know, Rey Mysterio, you know, had his video package, which was great. You know, then, you know, showing him and Eddie Guerrero essay, you know, that was emotional, showing Eddie. You were in there, Eddie, right? Yeah, I was. You know, me and Ray, we had a great feud back in the day, essay, pero I still hate that guy. I know. He still thinks Dominic is his son, pero he's my son. I'm his puppy. Okay, calm down, Eddie. Calm down. Go have a burrito. No disrespect to the Mexican people. I love the Mexican people. Like, you know who's Mexican, so she doesn't care. Probably she'll throw a chancla at me pretty soon. Wish it was Zelina Vega, but I digress. But anyway, we move on. Alright, so we get that. That was pretty damn good, and I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, match number 2, we have women's tag team action. As we have the unlikely team of Horseface Charlotte Flair, and there's a rumor that her and Andrade is splitting up. Is there trouble in paradise there, Charlotte? But I think it's just a rumor. I don't know why they would break up unless Andrade cheated on her. Then again, Charlotte could cheat on Andrade, but I highly doubt that. Highly doubt it. But then again, you never know. Because he's away from her, she's away from him, you know. She's lonely, you know, she needs some dick, you know, he needs some pussy, you know, yeah, it happens. It happens. But anyway, Horseface Charlotte Flair teams up with Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She flicks her hair, that's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. And they take on the team of Damage Control. Of Bayley. Give me a hug. Even though you wore a Philadelphia Eagles jersey the other day, you know, promoting, you know, when tickets going on sale for WrestleMania, I bet Bayley was about to throw the fuck up wearing that horrible Philadelphia Eagles jersey. But she was wearing Niner colors before she even put the jersey on. She probably was forced to do it. I wouldn't put it on. Like, fuck the Eagles, man. Wear my Niners colors and pride, god damn it. We're getting revenge this year, my friends. We are getting motherfucking revenge. Week 13. Get ready, Philly. Get ready. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we had Bayley, give me a hug, and the new WWE Women's Champion, and that is my third wife, Io Sky. Always comes out looking amazing. And we had the lovely Dakota Kai, also at ringside. Alright, so Bayley comes out, introduces Io, says Toronto isn't used to seeing a champion. Aha! Well, the last time they had a championship was a couple years ago, Bayley. You forget the Raptors won the NBA title a couple years ago? Come on. But anyway, match was alright. Nothing great. Back and forth match they go. We get some double teaming, has Charlotte in trouble, but she sends both women outside, then she hits a big flippy dippity-doo to send Damage Control on the floor right in front of Dakota Kai. As we go to break, we come back, and as always, the heels come back during the break. Charlotte fights out of trouble again, gets knocked down into an Io Sky chin lock, circa 1905. That gets broken up. Charlotte has to fight her way out of a crossface, as Io, nice little transition into that crossface. But Io is smart enough to run over and knock Bianca off the apron. That's a smart champion. Only to have Charlotte get the hot tag a few seconds later. So Bianca Belair comes in, cleans house. Io then, with a chop block right on the bad knee that Bianca suffered at SummerSlam. And then she was out for like a couple weeks. We didn't know, we thought she was out for a while, but she came back. So, takes out the knee. And Bianca's screaming in pain and everything. But that doesn't last long. Bianca fights her way out of trouble, brings Charlotte back in, and beats the crap out of both members of Damage Control. But Charlotte goes up top. Bayley shoves her off the top with a big crash into the barricade. And it looked like Charlotte was grabbing her ankle. Uh-oh. Well, that's going on. Io misses a running hip attack in the corner, which leaves Charlotte she was still fine enough to finish the match. Charlotte comes in and breaks up Bayley's figure 4 attempt on Bianca. And then Bianca sends Bayley into Charlotte hits the big boot, which knocks Bayley back into Bianca, who lifts her up for the KOD. Boom! Hits it. 1, 2, 3. Bianca, Belair, and Charlotte get the win in under 14 minutes. At least Io wasn't pinned, so it didn't piss me off that much. And that's pretty much it. So, Bianca and Charlotte get the win. And the match I gave was a pretty good tag match. For what it's worth, it was pretty damn good. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much it. There's a rumor going around that there may be a fatal 4-way match for the title. Probably maybe Io defending against Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and Asuka. But we'll have to see what happens with that as we get to Payback. And that's it. We move on. Alright. But we haven't heard the last of Damage Control, and I'll get that in a second. Alright, after that we get more wrestlers congratulating Edge on his 25 years in WWE. Then we talk about Edge's retirement. Like in 2000 what was that? 2013, I believe, 2014. With Edge going on an overseas tour. Cody was talking about it afterwards, just because he said he would be there. So even though he couldn't wrestle, he made his commitment to England and anywhere they were overseas that tour. So good man, Edge, good man. And that's it. We move on. Alright, then we go to the back, where we see Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. She's walking in the back, and then Damage Control comes in, jumps Bianca in the back, beat the fuck out of her, throw her into production equipment. Her hair got caught in between. And I thought they were gonna yank that whole big humongous braid off or some shit. They beat the crap out of her. And then Bayley and Dakota Kai put a chair around Bianca's bad knee, and then Io grabs another chair. Boom! Pillmanizes the knee. Goodbye, Bianca. Adios. You're out of here. So, maybe that fatal 4-way may not happen because Io just bang! Wailed on that leg. Pillmanized the leg. Freaking Bianca's screaming and crying like a bitch in pain. Ugh. Sucks to be you, Bianca. Sucks to be you. So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. If Io does defend the belt at Payback, who's it gonna be? Could be Charlotte, could be Asuka. I think it probably will be Asuka. That would be. I still want that at Payback. I still want it. I don't want a triple threat match. I want one-on-one Asuka versus Io. But people are saying on social media, oh, we gotta save that for WrestleMania. I mean, I don't mind if it's at a big pay-per-view, like maybe Survivor Series. But then again, maybe they do go all the way to WrestleMania. Maybe Io wins the Royal Rumble. I mean, she won Money in the Bank. Why not win the Royal Rumble? Or maybe win the Women's Elimination Chamber. You never know. It is what it is, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so Damage Control does some major damage to Bianca Belair's knee, and they Pillmanized her knee, so I would assume she's going to be out for a certain amount of time. Maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple months, but we'll see. And if she is out for a couple months, I hope she comes back as a heel and joins up with, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. So she'll be back with her husband, Montez Ford, but she'll be a heel this time. But we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then we get, speaking of Montez Ford, he comes out with his partners, Angelo Dawkins, as the Street Profits take on the OC of Gallows and Anderson, who come out, who, as always, come out with the lovely Mia Yim, or Mishin. Stupid name. Anyway, match was, meh, a 3-minute suckfest. Did I say 3-minute suckfest? Yeah, I did. Basically, the OC getting a couple moves, not much. They try to go for the Magic Killer, but Dawkins broke that up. And then Montez Ford hits a big flippy dibbity-doo onto Gallows on the outside. Then he goes back in, and they hit a really epic finisher, sky high into a neckbreaker combo. I don't know what they're going to call that, if they haven't already called it yet. But that was a pretty damn good finisher. And they get the win. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Nothing great. I mean, I don't really know why Gallows and Anderson are becoming jobbers. Former tag team champions, former, tag team champions in Japan and Impact. I mean, had a cup of coffee, in AEW when, the entire Elite Bullet Club, came to be, with Gallows Anderson, Kenny, the Bucks, Cody, Hangman, Good times, but now, the OC, I think the OC is a joke right now. Minus AJ and Mia Yim, but we rarely see Mia Yim fight anyway. But she's just there looking good, as always. But, AJ's got his own problems with Killer Cross. He beat him last week in that botch fest that it was, but still, even with the botch early on in that match, the rest of the match, picked up and became good near the end. So AJ still kind of has problems with Killer Cross and Scarlet Bordeaux. Mishin's involved in that too. But the freaking Gallows and Anderson look like fucking jobbers, dude. Why? Why are they jobbers? I really think they need somebody else in the OC, like Finn Balor, good buddy Finn Balor, original member of the OC Bullet Club. But, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. You never know. So, but maybe Gallows and Anderson will have a rejuvenation and then get back to the tag team title picture and they maybe win the belts. I doubt it right now because, like I said, they're jobbers. Which I hate saying because they're a great tag team. But right now, I don't know. I don't know what Hunter is thinking, making Gallows and Anderson look like basic, jobbers. Why? Why, Hunter? Why? I don't know. It is what it is. Match was I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Bobby comes out to celebrate with his buddies, the Profits. So, getting close to that Hurt Business 2.0 reuniting. Well, not reuniting, the faction starting with Bobby and the Street Profits and possibly Bianca Belair. We'll have to see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, then we get a recap about the Bloodline blow-up last week. Jey Uso quits WWE, so we saw that. Then we go to the back where you have Paul Heyman looking like a man who lost his puppy. He's there, and he's crying up a storm because his eyes look like bloodshot. And then Kayla Braxton, his best friend in the whole wide world, she comes in looking, as always, she looks amazing. Starts asking him questions about the Bloodline. It's like, what's going on with Jay? Where's Roman? What's going on with Solo and Jimmy? So, Heyman doesn't really like being asked questions about it. So, okay, let's talk about rumors. So, I'm hearing rumors of this and this and this and that. So Heyman kind of turns the tables on Kayla and says, well, I heard rumors about you and your family. It's like, how's your mom doing? Oh, your mom is leaving your dad, or something weird stuff that he was talking about. It's like, oh shit. Damn, Paul. Chill, Paul. Tranquilo, my friend. Take it easy. Take it easy. Jesus Christ, you sow, you beast. And Kayla, you know Kayla was like, fuck. If Paul Heyman wasn't, 50-something years old, he was like ECW Paul Heyman, even though Paul Heyman's like a big walrus now, he's like a little fat, Right? This was like 20 years ago, and if Kayla was around 20 years ago, I would love to have Paul and Kayla get into like a romantic type thing, on air, not off air, but, the way that it looks on air now, it feels like, Kayla's, Paul's like saying, I want to fuck you, Kayla. Kayla's like, ew. Fat man. But, there's so much sexual tension right there. I'm like, come on, Paul, do it, man. Give her the hardcore, Do it for me, man. Bang, Give her the old 1-2 punch, if you know what I mean. That's it, Paul. Give her the old, go like, ah, bang! That's what you do, man. Come on, Paul. It just feels like they're married or some shit. Or, they broke up, freaking Kayla's trying to get back with her boyfriend, Paul Heyman, you know what I mean? It just feels weird. But you gotta love it. Remember when like Kayla was coming up to Paul all the time, asking him about Brock, and he's like, "Stop doing that!" You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But anyway, so Paul's like talks about her family, and he says, "Hey, why don't we talk about Edge's 25 years or this wannabe flash in the pan?" Wow, Eli Drake. Wow, Paul, really? Wow. Flash in the pan. Damn. Heyman was savage tonight. Jesus. And then we hear his phone go off. Uh-oh. I wonder who's on the phone. So he picks up the phone. We all think it's Roman. So it's like, so you would hear like, just my tribal chief. Just my tribal chief. But he's not saying that. So who could it be? So he's like, really? Really? I gotta go. Puts the phone down. So Kayla's like, who's on the phone? He's like, wouldn't you like to know? But then he tells Kayla that Jimmy Uso will be live next week on the program. He's like, well, who'd you hear that from? My source. Well, who's your source? Wouldn't you like to know? So who was on the phone? Was it Roman telling him Jimmy's going to be appearing next week? Or was it Jimmy himself calling OG, the wise man? Or was it Jay? Who knows? Maybe it was Solo. Maybe it was Hunter. Maybe it was Nick Cat. Man, then again, it might be Steph. Hi, Steph. Could be anybody. It wasn't me. I don't have Paul Heyman's number. I should, but no, I don't. Maybe it was Vince. Who knows who called him? I think it was Jimmy. I think if Jimmy is going to be on the show next week, I obviously think it was Jimmy calling Paul, and Paul's like, oh, really? I mean, Roman wouldn't say something like that. Like Roman telling Paul, wise man, just my fellow chief, tell the fans Jimmy's going to be on next week. That's my tribal chief. Hangs up. But Solo barely talks. So what's Solo what would Solo say on the phone? I love my brothers. My brother Jimmy is coming on to next week. Solo wouldn't call. Jay, I don't even think would care right now for Paul Heyman and calling him. Well, why would he call? Just say, I love retirement. No. So I think it's Jimmy. It had to be Jimmy. It's obvious it's Jimmy. So we're going to see Jimmy Uso next week. I wonder what he's going to say. probably gonna be a sad puppy, you know, and try to get Jay to come back. You know, it's like you're not thinking straight. You know, this is all Roman's fault. Come back. You know, you're my brother. But then again, he can come out and say, I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad. And then that sets up something, whether it be a Payback or Fastlane, or they go all the way to WrestleMania, which some people are saying. Like Jay's gonna cause Jimmy at Royal Rumble, and then that in turn leads to something at I doubt anything at Elimination Chamber, unless they're in the Elimination Chamber match and they eliminate one of them. One of them eliminates each other. Like Jimmy will eliminate Jay, and then in turn Jay will eliminate Jimmy. And then after that, we get the big month-long. We get a month-long from like end of February into March, going towards WrestleMania, and they have a long as fuck storyline progression that whole month, which leads to the match Brother versus Brother in the City of Brotherly Love, WrestleMania 40, Jimmy versus Jay. So like I said, the Bloodline storyline just adds on every freaking week. Roman doesn't have to be part of it most of the time, but it's still layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And Paul, like Paul said, we're only in the 4th inning. Right now, we're in the 4th inning. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. I mean, it's in the 4th inning. By the time I think we hit the 8th inning, probably be like 2027. Maybe, I don't know. But right now, Roman's getting close to 1,100 days as champ. We won't see him on pay-per-view. Maybe till Crown Jewel 5 in early November, or at the Survivor Series in Chicago after Thanksgiving, November the 25th, I believe. We'll have to see. Alright, so, Paul and Kayla's segment, I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. So we're going to find out next week what Jimmy has to say about his brother quitting. So we'll get that. Let me move on. Alright, that leads us to your main event of the evening. I didn't even think this was going to get a lot of time. But they WWE, great on their part. They paced the show pretty well. Gave Edge and Sheamus 19 minutes. Pretty damn good. So, we get the Sheamus fella and Edge, and it's Fight Night! As Sheamus comes out by himself, we see Beth fucking Phoenix, her, Edge's friends and family, his kids with Beth Phoenix, in the front row, and commentary brings up the rumors of this possibly being Edge's retirement match. I mean, he did say that this could be his last match in WWE, and then the rumors go ballistic. You know how Twitter is with those fucking marks saying, "Oh, Edge is leaving WWE. He's gonna be in AEW by September." No. I mean, seriously, do you fucking marks out there, you so-called wrestling fans, think about anything? You just assume. And you know what happens when you assume? You just assume that, oh, Edge is retiring. Next thing you know, Tony Khan's going to pick him up, and he's going to be on Dynamite. He's going to be at All In. No. He's going to be at All Out. No. I highly doubt that. In the words of my good friend Aaron Ritt, I highly doubt that, or highly unlikely. Not happening. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, if ever it did happen, Edge, says, I'm done with my WWE career. I'm gonna go to AEW, hang out with my good buddy, my best friend in the whole wide world, Christian. And then we have Edge and Christian with one final run, maybe for the tag team belts, like the Hardys are doing right now. The Hardys look like shit right now. And on Dynamite this week, they're going after the Ring of Honor tag team belts as they face Aussie Open. at Fyter Fest. They're gonna win? No. And really, I mean, Jeff Hardy comes back, you know, and we all thought, oh yeah, they're gonna win the tag. They're gonna go for the tag team belts. We might see another. I mean, we saw Hardy's versus the Bucks, which was, I mean, it was decent, not great, but good. But it just feels like when, you know, Jeff Hardy just coming back. I mean, it's just been, the Hardy's just been treated like shit. And then you put Jeff Hardy in a meaningless, in a what that was on Wednesday night with that stupid Texas Chainsaw death match. That wasn't even hardcore. It was horrible. One of the worst hardcore match in the history of hardcore matches. On the worst Dynamite in their almost 5-year history. It just made Jeff Hardy look like shit. And the way it ended, that whole match was discombobulated, and Jeff Jarrett wins. Come on. And now they're facing Aussie Open for the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts. I mean, I think it would be a decent match, not a great match, but there's just no way that they're going to win and beat Aussie Open on Wednesday night, and then go on to All In and face MJF and Adam Cole on the fucking pre-show. I still don't understand why it's on a pre-show. I understand, you gotta give time for MJF and Cole, to get ready after their, 10, maybe 15-minute match. And that's at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock there. So by 9, 10 o'clock British time, which will be 5 o'clock here, because the show starts at 12, and it'll probably end about, with Tony Khan, might go 5-6 hours, who knows. And half the card isn't even finished. That's what happens when you rush a card, and then you have another pay-per-view after that. And there's not even any, 2 matches at least for the fucking All Out. Darby versus Luchasaurus for the TNT title, and then Miro versus Powerhouse Will Hobbs. You're putting those matches on All Out? Those matches scream Collision or Rampage. This is why Tony Khan needs to stop doing this fucking bullshit of having a pay-per-view, and then, you have a pay-per-view, it's like, say, September, September the 3rd, All Out. All Out. Then the next pay-per-view isn't until November, which is Full Gear 4 or 5. Right? From September the 7th up until freaking Full Gear, Tony Khan should start formulating matches and build to that. Not wait till 2 weeks before Full Gear, and we start getting like 5, 6, 7, 8 matches. Can't do that. You should have the matches already done after Grand Slam, which is in September the 22nd. After Grand Slam and Collision that week, the end of September, start making matches for fucking Full Gear, Tony Khan. Don't give us matches 2 weeks before the fucking pay-per-view. Come on. Stop that. Stop this fucking bullshit, Tony Khan. Stop it. And same thing with Ring of Honor pay-per-views. We don't get the matches until like a week or two before Ring of Honor pay-per-views. You can't do that. You're trying to sell tickets, right? And you got lucky with All In. 81,000 fans almost sold. 81,000 tickets, I should say, sold. They broke WrestleMania 32's record. They still got like 4,000 seats left. So I don't know if they're going to break 85,000. I mean, we'll have to see. With like a week to go. I doubt they'll get 4,000 tickets sold by next weekend. I doubt it. But, like I said, Tony Khan is lucky that when tickets went on sale, they went bang, boom, 25,000. Then it went up to 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. No matches announced yet. Were announced before it hit 70,000 tickets sold. Then matches started getting announced, and then the ticket sales kind of stopped for a while. Then they kind of picked up a little bit more when some of the big matches came about, like MJF and Cole, Bucks and FTR, Ospreay and Jericho. Sting's gonna be there, Aussie Open, you know. So Tony Khan, you know, smart for All In, but you got nothing for All Out. So how are you gonna do that? So I guess after All Out happens on the Dynamite, August the 30th, the August 30th Dynamite, and then the September 1st Rampage and September 2nd Collision, we're gonna get like 8,000 matches announced for All Out with barely any storyline progression or build. That's just horrible. I really think All Out should not even happen this year. I think they should have just did All In and then start building to Grand Slam. But Tony Khan wanted to have a big, huge event event. He got it. I just hope the show is going to be great. I just think it's going to be a great epic show. But then you got the week after that, it's All Out. I think the steam is gonna they're gonna lose a lot of steam, and I don't know how All Out 4 is gonna be in Chicago, September the 3rd. If Tony Khan could pull off back-to-back epic fucking pay-per-views, I mean, give that man fucking promoter of the year. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Let me move on. Alright, so let's get back to Smackdown. We're going to finish this off. So, Sheamus takes on Edge. Beth fucking Phoenix and her family are in the ring. Edge's friends are are at ringside, I should say. So, like I said, commentary brings up that it could be possibly Edge's retirement match. So, match was great. Lots of near falls galore. Like 2.999999999999999999995 a couple of times near the end. Both men look spent, sweating like pigs. Nice little, near the end, it really picked up. Sheamus goes up top. Edge then takes him down with a superplex. Holds on, hits the execution for a near fall. Get back up. Edge gets caught on the top as Sheamus hits super white noise. Holds on, falls out with the Celtic Cross for a near fall. And Sheamus is like, ah! So then Sheamus fires off a bunch of forearms to the chest, which the fans don't like. Then Edge gets pissed, he just smacks Sheamus right in the mush. And then he nails a big time running clothesline. Sets up with a spear. It gets countered with a running knee to face by Sheamus. And then Sheamus goes off the ropes, hits the brogue kick. I thought it was it for Edge. He was going to lose his retirement match in his hometown. But Edge kicked out at 2. And Sheamus still can't believe it. And he goes back in the corner, loads up another brogue kick. He missed. Edge goes off the ropes, hits a big time spear. And I thought that was it. But then Sheamus kicks out at 2.999995. And I was like, wow! So, I was like, how is this match going to end? Jesus, when is it going to end? So then Edge gets back up, loads up another spear. That was a little bit better. The first one, it was not so good out. But this one, he had more oomph to it. Put some stank on that spear. 1, 2, 3. Edge wins his final match in WWE. 19 minutes of pure freaking epicness, and I gave this match 4 out of 5 stars to end a emotional, great show. After the match, Edge gets all emotional. We get a big time pyro standing ovation from the crowd in Toronto, and then Edge and Sheamus, big giant hug to end the show. Even though they kind of cut it short, Fox. And that was it. Edge did do a promo for the fans after the show, and he's saying that this may be the last time I see you guys again. So, we'll see what happens. But if this is Edge's final match, and he is retiring for good, I mean, he's like 50-some-odd years old now, just about 50. All I have to say is, thank you, Adam Copeland, thank you, Edge, for a great 25 years in the business, Hall of Famer, 11-time World Heavyweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion, I believe he, Tag Team Champion with Randy won RKO, Hogan, surprisingly with Hogan, he was a Tag Team Champion. That lasted like a week, I think, about a week or so. But, Intercontinental Champion, I think he held the U.S. Championship once. I think he held the European Championship back in the day. But epic feuds with The Undertaker, Cena, Foley, WrestleMania when he put Foley to the flaming table. That was freaking sick. All his feuds that he's had, the Seth Rollins trilogy, during the pandemic era when he came back winning the Royal Rumble back in 2000, I think it was 2010. Then coming back at the Royal Rumble 2020, I think it was 2020 or 21. No, 2020, I believe. Him coming back, which was a shock to everybody. And then him, coming back after fusion surgery and having pretty good feuds, like I said, with Seth Rollins. He got involved with Roman. Those couple matches he had with Roman, I thought were okay. The WrestleMania match with him and Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, was good. And then after that, I think he had one more match with Roman, got smashed, of course. Then he gets involved with Rey Mysterio and Dom, the face-off against the Judgment Day, and then we saw what happened. Dom turning on Edge after Edge got kicked out of the Judgment Day, where he created, and they kicked him out. So, he had so many great matches, great segments, with Christian, the matches they had with the Hardys and the Dudleys back in the day, the TLC matches, freaking epic. The Rated R Superstar Edge. Excuse me for a second. I'll take a drink. I'm losing my voice. But, like I said, continuing on. Great career, like I said, the Rated R Superstar era I loved. The whole thing with him getting with Lita and the real life feud with Matt Hardy. Even though their match was garbage. But I digress. The live sex celebration that, something you never would have seen on, TV or in wrestling, period. Was during a time during near the Ruthless Aggression, the end of the Ruthless Aggression era into the PG era. Had that, he wrestled Triple H, Flair, he had a hardcore match with Flair. Great fucking times with Edge, and, if this is it for Edge, for good this time, I'm not saying he's, if he comes back, people retire and then, they come back for one more match. Right there, Shawn Michaels. Right there, Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. But I think he should kind of hang it up a little bit. What else is there to do with Edge? Like I said, he's getting close to 50. I would think he wants to, he had 25 great years. Like Rey Mysterio, over 20 years. Undertaker, 30 plus years. I think it's time, guys are getting into their 50s, and it's still going. Jericho's like getting close to 53, 54, almost 55. No, he's getting close to 50 some odd years old, in his mid 50s almost, and he's still going on. Not putting on great bangers per se, but he can still go at age 50. His time is about to go pretty soon. Don't know when, but but I think these guys, they got kids now. Their bodies, some of them are in great shape. But some, the wear and tear of wrestling for 25, 30 years gets to you. You just can't. Some of them can't do it anymore because their bodies are all fucked up. But, like I said, Jericho is in pretty decent shape and he still can go. Tommy Dreamer is 52 and he's still, he's still going. I didn't even know he was 52. I thought he was like around my age. He came out at indie show last week that I was at. He says, for 52 years of my life. I'm like, he's 52? I didn't scream that, God forbid. But, yeah, I was like, damn, he's 52? Good old Tommy Dreamer, the innovator of violence. But it is, what is it? Is what it is. He can go. Rhino, I think, is around in his 40s, getting close to 50. You see these old farts in the ring, and like, damn, some of them can still go. Sandman's kind of wrestling here and there, not much, but Sabu, even though he had, he lost his manager and everything, Princess Janine, I think was her name. He could still do some moves. When he came out with Adam Cole and he was doing like the Arabian face buster through the table and throwing chairs and shit, he was still wrestling and he was still putting on some okay matches in the indie circuit. I saw him wrestle for FSW, and I think it was 2014, I believe. He was facing a good friend of mine, Joe Attell, in a hardcore match. It wasn't a great hardcore match, but, seeing Sabu, and I've seen Sabu a lot back in ECW when I used to go to the house shows in Queens, and I went to a couple in Philly, at the ECW arena. He was a monster back then. But then, you go through 2000s and even, when I saw him, he was still, he still had it. Chant, ECW, ECW. Still look good. Shane Douglas wrestles every once in a while, And he's like, I think, in his late 40s, 50s now. So some of these guys that are, from the old school days, the 90s, really the 90s, still can go in their 50s. Sting is 63, 63 years old. Still can go. He's crazy, but, doing that dive, I don't think he should have done that dive because he almost killed himself. But he's still going. He's fighting that all in. But, his time is about to, go. Flair wrestled until he was in his 70s, basically. Late 60s, early 70s. Hogan stopped, thankfully, in his 60s, But he wants to do one more match. I'm like, no, Terry, no, Hulkster, if you do one more match, forget it. You're one bump, we'll be having Hulk Hogan as a paraplegic. No, just no. Stay at home, be with your wife and kids and everything. Just do what you're doing right now with Hogan's Beach Shop. Making your money that way. Just And then make your appearances here and there for WWE, Legends Night, whatever. Just don't get back in the ring one more time. It would just be, just a slobber fest. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Hogan, basically, carried out on a freaking stretcher, and he can't, and then, he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. I don't want to see that. I got nervous when Terry Funk would wrestle in his late 70s, and he's like near 90 now. God bless that man. I was a hardcore legend in Japan. Japan, #1, forever. Foley, I think, is in his 50s, but his body is shot. Even with DDP yoga, ain't your mama's yoga. I really don't. He can't even freaking walk properly. I don't. We'll never see Mick Foley in a match ever again. But wrestlers think they're not Superman. They can go in their 50s into maybe the 60s. Sting is, like I said, in his 60s. People wrestled in their 60s. Flair, Hogan, Terry Funk. But then, they're done after that. You're like, why are you in the ring at 65 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old? Why? You're like Mae Young, 80-something-year-old Mae Young taking fucking table spots back in the Attitude Era. I'm like, you crazy old woman? Jesus Christ. Giving birth to her hand, I just don't know. But anyway, I know Edge, sees it that it's time to hang up the boots for good and to watch his kids grow up, be with Beth fucking Phoenix, live the rest of their lives, Beth's like in her 40s, looks, she's okay looking and everything, she can still go. Trish is in her 40s, can still go. Lita can still go. But they're in their 40s. But they got kids, But Trish looks like, she's old, she's like 40-something, but she looks like she's 20-something. She's still got an amazing body, amazing rack of knockers, Lita the same way. Melina's in her 40s and can still go. Victoria, supposedly is retired, but she can still go. She's a sweetheart, by the way. I met her last weekend at that indie show. Took 2 pictures together. It's on my Instagram page. But in any case, she liked my In This Moment vest. Props to that. And then, I told her the story about how I met In This Moment and they saved me from basically killing myself. And then she just comes over to me and gives me the biggest hug in the world. I almost cried. I didn't want to cry because I don't want to be a pussy in front of her. So, she gave me a big hug and a smoochy on the cheek. And says, you're not alone, and then everything. So, made my night. Hall of Famer Victoria, Lisa Marie Varon, that's her real name. But, thank you so much for that. So, I told her I'm a subscriber to her, her, Mickey, James, and SoCal Val's YouTube show, Grown Ass Women, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on YouTube. So, check it out. But, yeah, that was a great night, Getting a hug from Victoria, come on. I tell you people, it's not Make-A-Wish stuff. That's not it, no. It's just that, I'm a very important Peter. I'm Mr. VIP. I'm blessed to be at events where I meet great people, and, good things happen to good people. And I'm blessed to have good things happen in my life. And that's that, man. Being on stage with In This Moment, a band that basically saved my life many times. Meaning Ozzy. I mean, come on. Meaning Rob Halford. Meaning, let me kill my suit. From Motorhead. All these bands. Working with some of them. When, was working at Roadrunner back in the day. And even now I'm working with, indie bands now, which is great. Doing photography, doing studio work, doing some guitar work here and there. I'm blessed to do what I do. And make good money for it. And now getting that big news that I'm going to be on stage with some tribute bands, some Metallica, and Black Label Society and others. It's just going to be an amazing good time, man. I can't wait for the end of October. And it's around the time that In This Moment's new record comes out, so makes it even more great. But I digress. But like I said, I'm blessed to do what I do, and I never met Edge. I would love to meet Adam and talk some old school wrestling. Talk about the 5-second pose. Shit like that. Go some old school with Adam Copeland, Edge. But, I don't go to a lot of wrestling shows for WWE, so... Or even, if they're doing an autograph signing, because there are a lot of people there. Now, I'm not going to go to conventions like WrestleCon, or Legends of the Ring. That's mainly in Jersey. They'll never come to New York. Come on. Unless they go to Comic-Con. Which is rare. Some of them they do, some of them don't, But, it happens, so. But, to Edge, thank you for 25 great years of wrestling, and, this is goodbye. Like I said, thank you very much for your great 25 years, great memories and shit. And that's it. And I hope you have a great future with Beth Phoenix and your kids. And I know he's going to be on, nostalgia shows like Legends Night. Or just make like a one-off appearance. Maybe at WrestleMania. Maybe induct somebody into the Hall of Fame. Maybe like Randy. Yeah, maybe. But I think it probably would be Hunter inducting him. But then again, who knows? But we'll see what happens with that. So, that's all I gotta say about that. Great emotional episode tonight for Smackdown. And that's pretty much it. So, I gave Smackdown 7.25 out of 10 stars. I thought it was a pretty good show. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in a comment or a video reply down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels. Check out my last two videos. My video on Cash Wheeler and my NXT review. So, check those out. Show me your love and support. Leave a comment if you wish. And that's it. Follow me on social media. And if you're real, if you're not, like I said, get the fuck out of here. Hit the bell to get notified when I do my next video. And that's it. Alright, it's very late. I'm going to go to bed. And I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm off on the weekend, but I got a lot to do this weekend. With some friends. I'm going to a baseball game on Sunday. Not the Mets, the minor league team, the Cyclones. I'm going to be doing that. Hanging out with my friends tomorrow night and Sunday. So I'm going to be very busy, but I'm going to try to get some videos up tomorrow. Ring of Honor. I'm going to try to get up Rampage tomorrow. And then Collision tomorrow night when I get back from all my shit that I got to do. Well, if I don't do Collision tomorrow night, I will definitely do it Sunday. After I get back from the baseball game and everything. So I'll get that done, and then we go back next week, the final official week of August, as it's all out week. All in week. The next week and the following week for Labor Day weekend, big fucking shows coming your way. I'm gonna try to get everything I can for that. We got predictions videos coming next week for All In, then the week after that for Payback and All Out. We're reviewing the pay-per-views as well on the Peter Joseph channel. And that's all there is. So stay tuned. You really have to hit that bell the next 2 weeks, basically. For all the reviews for Raw, SmackDown, Rampage, shit like that. And predictions videos, the reviews coming your way. And then right after Labor Day, you got a couple more. I got a vlog from Labor Day. I got my football review coming your way for the 2023 season. Right after Labor Day, probably that Tuesday or Wednesday, on the backup channel, on the channel's their backup channel. So we got that, and then during the season, I'll be doing some Niners post game reviews on that Sunday, talk about the game and shit like that. So I want to kind of do that on the backup channel. So branch out a little bit more with sports news and podcasts and shit like that. So as we go into the fall, it's going to be, full steam ahead. Hopefully, like I said, with my new schedule coming out in September, I'm going to try to get everything I can done for you guys so you don't miss a beat. And if, like I said, hit that bell. If you don't hit the bell, you're not going to get anything. You're going to be like, where the hell is it, the review? You missed it because you didn't hit the bell. And you're going to have to search my channels and look for the latest video because you didn't hit the bell. And that's pretty much it. So you're going to lose out if you don't hit the bell. And that's that's it. Alright, so I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, 7.25 out of 10 so for Smackdown. Thank you, Edge, for 25 great years. And now we're rolling on to Payback. 2 weeks, or actually 3 weeks from tomorrow. Actually, no, I shouldn't say 3 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. So we got that. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your motherfucking cookout. Go to bed, you motherfuckers. And I'll see you guys next time. And if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. That's it. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. Peace.